But that is our task. Our task is to show people that in many ways they got what they ordered. Right? They said this is what they wanted. Because as we all know, elections matter. And when folks vote, they order what they want, and in this case, they got what they asked for. I went off script a little bit. I will say what I know we all say, and I will say over and over again. The United States stands firmly with the Ukrainian people in defense of the NATO alliance.
Although if you look at the numbers, inflation really started to rise almost exactly when Biden came in the White House. Now obviously,
well, that argues my point, doesn't it?
But look at this chart on gas prices just since February. If you look at it is a shocking increase that doesn't correspond.
This is a grave problem. The president was wrong to blame this month's number on Ukraine. Everybody had been expecting from the time before Putin launched the invasion that inflation was going to accelerate from January to February. This is a consequence fundamentally of an overheated economy, and we're not going to have a full solution until we do something about that overheated economy.
$4 on average this week for the first time since 2008. Listen to what President Biden said about that.
Everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home. We understand Putin's war against the people of Ukraine is causing prices to rise. People are already feeling Putin's price hikes at the pump. Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin.
For the president to try to pretend like prices weren't already rising, I don't think people are candidly that dumb. We remember the inflation was going on long before this happened. It's absolutely true this is making it worse, but to sort of whitewash what happened all of last year, I don't think is going to work for them politically.
And we have 7.9% inflation. And the week that is announced, Congress passes another $1.5 trillion tranche of spending. As the government was announcing it in the first 5 months of this fiscal year, during which inflation lowered Americans' real wages in 9 of 12 months, we're now adding to the deficit in these first 5 months of the year, $3 billion a year, and debt service now consumes $1.2 million a minute. It's $20,000 per second if you want to do the arithmetic. So stop. Quit adding fuel to the fire.
Working with allies and partners around the world to get them to increase their production. But I agree. I think that the American people also understand that this is part of the cost of standing up to a dictator.
Can I ask, though, what allies and partners? Venezuela? Iran? Are these the people we're begging? To me, this is a major problem. This is a major issue that he's having to communicate with these regimes that we say are bad places, and now we're begging them for oil. I think the American people have noticed this.
You may have noticed this week that your gas prices have gone up. I want to talk to you a little bit about why. A lot of it has to do with Vladimir Putin.
Are you open to running for president again? Oh, no. Come on. Just
no.
Long runway.
No, but I am certainly going to be active in supporting economic opportunity of climate change.
Putin's gas hike. That's his gas hike. So much of this increase in the gas tax, gas price started weeks leading up to what happened there.
She's a voice for the voiceless, a defender of the disenfranchised, a leader for the least, the lost, and the left behind, a fantastic facilitator, a notorious negotiator, and a legendary legislator. I give you Speaker Nancy D'Alessandro Pelosi.
Thank you all. Let's get to the point. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your very generous introduction. I join you in salute. This is a president who has a great vision for our country. We see that every day. He has vision and values that go with it. He is a president who has knowledge and therefore judgment about policies that can work. You know his career. I don't have to go into it, but we do know that every day in his life he has made a difference in his political and official life. A president who is strategic in his thinking, who knows the path to get something done, and a person with such authenticity, such sincerity about what he believes in. He knows that kitchen table.
So I'm sick of this stuff. We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true. I don't think we need any lectures from our friends on the other side about fiscal responsibility, for God's sake.
How long should Americans expect? How long should we be bracing for historic inflation and some unprecedented gas prices?
Sure. In terms of the discussions that the President, Johannes, and I had, they ranged in subject, including the issue of the Black Sea, and I'll let him explain in more detail as he would like. But we are, again, fully aware and apprised, because we are in constant communication with the President, with his administration here, about the concerns that they have about the entire region and, frankly, the vulnerability. All you have to do is look at the map.